Hello there. I could not be more pleased that you decided to choose me to consult with on this. I'm so excited. Okay, so let me make sure that I understand your situation correctly. You've basically got all of your decorations for the house up already. You've got the tree up, you've got everything that you want going on outside up already. You're just looking for that final thing to help bring everything together. Is that correct? Oh, good. Well, don't worry. I brought several options for us, and I think that we'll find something that'll work for you. I have a couple of different types of things. So I have a couple of ornaments that I think might tie everything together, a couple of just basic household decorations that I think are worth looking at. So if you'll just bear with me, and we'll go through each of your options and see what works best for you. Okay, so the first thing that I thought could be, with the scheme that you described to me, could be this nice little sock here. Yes, it is an ornament, that's correct. But it could also be hung up as a wall decoration. Or if you have an office at work and need to decorate that, this could also be used for that if it's not what's going to work for your house today. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. And as you can see, it has these decorative baubles on the ends of the sleeve here, so those are very festive, and it has the shiny glittery trim around the outside. It's also got these snowflakes on the outside here, spattered about here, which might be some good luck for bringing in the holiday season. So this might be something that you would like. What do you think? Yeah, it's an option, but not really one that you're super in love with. That's fine. That's fine. We have several other options. It does have some very nice sounds that it makes as well. Very festive. Reminds you of tin soldiers. But if you're not in love with it, that's okay. We can set it aside. We have several more options to go over. Now, you told me that you did a lot of baking around the holiday season. And, I think a lot of people do. So I think what can be a really cute option is this little cookie snowman. As you can see, he is made of a sandwich cookie, and his hands and his legs and his face are all made of little gingerbread pieces. He also makes these little tinkly noises that are very reminiscent of toys, so if you ever have any kids coming in or out of the house, that might be something that they would like to have around. In general, I think he's very fun and festive, and he's sort of different from the traditional Christmas ornaments that you'll see, so I think that he might make a good addition to what you've got going on currently. Especially if you're trying to tie in, like, say, your living space with your kitchen. This might be a fun way to do that. What do you think? How do you feel about this little guy? You think he's fun, but maybe not necessarily what you're looking for? Well, that's okay. We certainly have other options for you to consider. I do enjoy the sound that he makes, though, when he's just hanging somewhere and his little legs are tapping together. It's like he's dancing. So that's fun. But that's okay, we have other options. Okay, so something a little non-traditional is this little fox. As you can see, he is very soft. And while he doesn't necessarily scream the holidays, he's very furry and brings to mind lots of woodland creatures. And you know, that's a very popular motif around the holidays. Just being aware of the creatures in our surroundings and being grateful for them. It's very soft to the touch. Makes a very soft noise. Here, why don't you touch him? It's very fluffy. Even if he's not necessarily what you want to go with. It's certainly fun to pet. In terms of tying the whole scheme of your house together, I think that this might be good because it does remind us of all of the life that is around us and, you know, what's really important during the holidays, what we have to be grateful for. Who says that's just for Thanksgiving? But if you don't think that he's what's going to work for you, that's okay. Let's see what else we have for you. I see you've heard the sound already. This one is very fun. It just has this very soft, tinkly noise that it makes. You know, a lot of jingle bell decorations during the holidays can be sort of obnoxious, but this one just has a very soft little tinkle. Can really brighten up your space if you have it hanging up somewhere on your tree or otherwise. It doesn't have to be on the tree, though it is technically an ornament. I find that having something festive, even just in the colors, can be really helpful in tying in the spaces. If you don't necessarily have like a painting or any sort of like wall art to put up, this can be super helpful in substituting for that. Just having that little pop of color, that red and green in this, might be a good option. It does have that really nice noise. One cool thing about this one is even though it's got this sort of diamond shape to it, it is more reminiscent of like two trees, one on top of the other, which is sort of fun. It's sort of non-traditional from what you would see out of a regular Christmas ornament, though we do have more traditional options if that's what you're looking for. So I think it's just very fun and cheery. And although jingle bells are very popular around the holidays, you don't see a lot of art pieces or decorations that have that incorporated into them. So that's one unique feature of this one. glad you like it. So it's definitely an option. Okay, cool. We can definitely set this to the side for you in case it's what you want to go with in the end. We can take a look at what else we have. Yeah, we can totally do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, so as I was mentioning, we do have ones that are more traditional. This is just your basic Christmas bauble. The unique part of this one is that it is actually plastic. You're thinking, oh, plastic, why would I want that? But if you have pets, like I do, or small children running around, it can be very easy for these to get knocked off. But when you have a plastic one like this, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about it breaking between years when you've got it in storage. It'll always be there for you. It's got this very simplistic but elegant design with the leaves crisscrossing all the way down. And then this simple gold hook up here to keep it attached. So what do you think? Do you like this one? I like it. Another good thing about this, if you have a more classic design that is more subdued, this one isn't quite as loud as some of the other options that we have. So if that's what you're looking for, this might be good for that purpose. Honestly, I'm just so glad that you invited me out here. It's really nice to be with other people in the holidays, especially when you're working together to create something pretty. And there's all sorts of wonderful decorations during the holidays, so just seeing what everybody comes up with can be really fun. So what do you think about this one? It's very simple, very classic. But you don't actually see very many green ornaments. A lot of the ornaments you see are like red or gold or white. And I think people get afraid that because it's actually green, it's going to blend in with, say, the tree if you put it on the tree. But it actually stands out rather well. You know, the way that it reflects the light helps it stand out. So having this on your tree or just hanging up somewhere in your house can be super helpful to bring those spaces together during the holidays. Okay, well, we can definitely see what else we have. If this isn't something that appeals to you, there are certainly other options. Okay, so let me see what else I've got for you. Okay, so this one's sort of interesting. This does have one of those more obtrusive jingle bells on it. But the nice thing about this particular decoration is that it does just have one. So it's very simple. And you can sort of make it send out the noise when you want to, and it won't necessarily do it when you don't. It does take a pretty firm motion to induce that. But as you can see, the tree that it's attached to is homemade. It's very pretty. It's got all of these circular red wire hoops here. And all this together to make a sort of tree. So that's sort of fun to have a tree on the tree. And for any rooms that you don't have a tree, well, there you go. You have one now. As you can see, the detail here is very intricate. If you look near the bottom, the little trunk of the tree here. You can see where the wire has been twisted to form the final loop so that the bell may hang beneath. And then of course you have the fact that these are the classic Christmas colors here. You have the red tree and the green bell instead of the usual generally like silver or gold bells that you'll see. So this just has everything all in one package. Definitely something I think that you should consider. Just let you get a good look at that. So you can induce the ringing by doing this sort of swirling motion, so that's fun. Kids might have fun with that. Your pets might also have fun with that. So whether that's a positive or a negative, I'll leave that up to you. That's something to consider. Yeah, we certainly did have other options for you if you don't like this one. That's okay. Now this is one of my favorite things that I brought with me today. Let you get a good look at it. It is a candle holder. It's made of glass. You can tell by the very delicate noise that it makes. And how the outside has this crackling effect. It's almost sort of bell-shaped itself, but that's not what it's for. As you can see, it has these lovely holly berries on the outside and this green rim here. It's a very classic design, but also very bright and colorful. And this is the perfect sort of thing to put in your bathroom or your kitchen to sort of bring the holidays into that room as well, if it's not your main decorated space. So what do you think? Do you like it? I like it too, and yeah, it does have this detail of the pine branches curling around the outside as well. So that's an added detail. And you can really tell the time and effort that was put into these. So if you just wanted to appreciate the craftsmanship, that's definitely something that you could have for that purpose. And the really nice thing about this being clear is if the candle that you're using it for is colored, you can still see the color through the glass here. And because the colors of the holly berries and the holly berry leaves are so bright, you would still be able to see them from the outside as well. It does make a nice noise. See, this is the sort of noise that I think of when I think of jingle bells. When you're cozy and you're inside your house, all bundled up, and from outside you can just hear the faint little tinkling noise of somebody passing in one of those like old-fashioned horse and carriages that they have. I know they have that downtown in the city. Or if somebody is going by and they've decorated their sleigh, and you can definitely hear it with that too. This is that same sort of noise, I think. I really like it. I hope you do too. So what do you say? You want to keep this one as an option? Totally, yeah, we can totally do that. Yeah, we do have a couple more things for you to look at if you're interested, if you have time. Oh, you do? Good. Well, let me go ahead and bring them in here. Now this little guy, he's seen things. This is a whimsical little deer ornament. And as you can see, he has these little dangly legs. Unfortunately, he only has 3 of them. But that is okay. He's still very cute. If you couldn't tell, the body of this little guy is also made out of tin, but it's painted with this glittery paint that really catches the light. So if you're setting him up in a darker space, somewhere that doesn't get a lot of sunlight, this can be really helpful in retaining that light and spreading that throughout the room. Even though it is so small, it's very useful for that as well. As you can see, it has these alternating colors, the sort of chartreuse yellow-green, and then the classic Christmas green. And then at the bottom here you have the red feet, the little hooves, which perfectly tie in to this little guy's red nose. Now honestly, I'm not actually sure if he is a deer or if he is a moose. I would say deer, probably reindeer, but I don't know. He could be a moose if you wanted him to be. That's totally an option. Who says you can't have a Christmas moose? You can have a Christmas moose. So this is just a very fun, whimsical decoration that can go just about anywhere. It does have that slight musical element to it, with the dangling of the little feet. And I really appreciate this. This has the very bright, vibrant colors in with the very classic, just plain white colors. So you're not like overwhelmed with color. It's just as much color as you want. There's this very nice silver ribbon to hang in wherever you might please. And kids love this one. Kids love this decoration. So even if you don't have kids yourself, if you're just trying to entertain your obnoxious cousins or your little nephew or niece or any other children in your life, this would be good for that. Almost sounds like it's galloping. Okay, well, we do have a couple more options if you'd like to see them. Okay, so the next thing we have is another ornament. And I know we've shown a lot of ornaments, and you said that you've already decorated your tree, but hear me out. This one is super beautiful, super classic. It has these holly berries, similar to the candle holder that we showed. And so if you wanted to, these things could definitely go together. It also has the red and green and gold and white elements in it. So no matter what your scheme is, this will pretty much go with it. Even if you have something, say, like blue or purple, it's nice to have something a little different as well. So just depending on what rooms you have these set up in, this could be helpful for that. It has this very appealing shape here. Almost like a little top. And it's glass, so it is breakable. But it just makes this really soft, gentle noise. And the craftsmanship with this one is just amazing. You can see where everything on here was hand painted. All of the glittery detail up here at the top was hand drawn on. Everything here had to be, the consistency had to be met by the person that was drawing it, so you've got to really appreciate that. You know, honestly, I actually have a couple of these at home as well, and I really enjoy them. I think that they are some of the prettiest ornaments that I own. And I think that, you know, from what you've described to me, they could go really well in your space. So, how are you feeling about those options? Well, there is one more, if they weren't ones that appeal to you. It's something very simple. What we have here is a simple little glass bowl filled with sort of champagne colored and golden baubles. And these also make a really nice noise. So they're fun to have around the house. And the great thing about this is that it can stand up on its own, sort of like the candle holder as well. So you don't have to find somewhere to sit it. It can just go wherever you want. And gold almost goes with, you know, just about everything. It's a big accent color during the holidays. And so having something that sort of ties that into the other decorations in your home can be super helpful. The cool thing about this one is it's almost 2-in-1. If you didn't necessarily want to use these just to sit around in the glass bowl, you could definitely hang them. And it is a combo pack. You get the bowl and all of the little ornaments inside, so you don't have to worry about paying for them individually. They do come all together here. And if this is something that you would like, I can definitely order it for you. And you don't have to worry about battling holiday shipping. It will be there within 1 day for you. You want to see how it looks filled to different degrees? I can definitely show you that. Give me 1 second. Just got to work on getting these little guys out of here. Let's see. Okay, with just a couple. It looks like that. So, I mean, you didn't necessarily have to use the whole bowl for all of the baubles that are supplied to you. You can definitely put other things in there as well. A small bowl like this can really be helpful for candy or just other decorations. I know that they have glittery pine cones that serve as potpourri right now, and those smell amazing. So those are definitely something that would go good in here. If you want to see what a little bit more looks like. So that's with it about half full. That's certainly an option. It looks really nice like this. And sort of similar to the candle holder, you could actually probably put a candle in here as well, and just have it surrounded by these little baubles, and that would make a really nice decoration. Very classic. Sort of different from the other whimsical ones that we saw today. So if you want to see what a few more looks like in it. Okay, this has it almost full. this can be used for if you have cabinets that need filling up, if you have something that you just want to stick on, say your stove for decoration purposes, or in a windowsill. This would be really nice for that. Oh, it could also be really nice if they were like a little, you know, those little clip-on birds. I think that if you stuck one of those on here, that might be really cute too. So that's definitely something to consider. And just totally full again. It does look like this. So it's just very decorative, very festive. So I think that any one of these would be a great option for you. Is there any particular one that appealed to you? Oh, I see, the candle holder. Yeah, definitely. I think that's a great option. Well, I can definitely wrap that up for you. It would just take a few minutes. Think of it as my present to you. And of course, if you don't like it, you can always return it. We can look at your other options again. And I'd be happy to help you find something else if it's not what you like, you know, after you've had it for a little while. Well, great. Well, anyway, I think that this would make a really great addition to the setup that you've already described to me. And I think that it's very versatile and you've made a great choice here today. Okay, well, you have a great evening and try to stay warm out there. I know it's been very cold lately. And I hope you have a happy holiday. Farewell.